After raking in over $30 million in 2020 alone, Gal Gadot has skyrocketed up the rankings of the world's richest actors. Now the third highest earning actress on the planet, our beloved Wonder Woman has more money than any Amazonian warrior knows what to do with. But it wasn't always fast cars, luxury apartments, private jets, and sparkling jewelry. Before Gal landed her breakout role, she was mere moments away from ditching Hollywood altogether and throwing in the towel. Thankfully, she stuck it out, and now she can afford whatever she wants, whenever she wants it. But how did this Middle Eastern goddess get to where she is today? Who was the woman before all the wonder? The Israeli-born actress first etched her name into the spotlight back in 2004 when she was crowned Miss Israel as an 18-year-old. Any other actor in her shoes would have quickly moved to Hollywood to hit up LA parties, attend red carpet premieres, and all that jazz. But not Gal. She immediately served her 2 requisite years in the Israeli Defense Force as a combat trainer. Then in 2009, after wrapping up her time in the IDF, Gal landed her breakthrough role, Giselle Yashar in Fast and Furious. As Gal has been happy to share, it was actually her military background that helped in casting. The film's director, Justin Lin, admired the fact that Gadot boasted genuine Army experience. Why? Because he could capitalize on her knowledge of weapons to make the film as realistic as possible. And let's face it, not every pretty-faced actress can claim they've held an M16. While Gadot only made 20 grand for Fast and Furious, she reprised that role in the following franchise movies, solidifying her Hollywood presence. In the years following, she scored a $120,000 role in Date Night, a $157,000 role in Night and Day, a $315,000 character in Kicking Out Shoshana, and the position of Elena in the action thriller film 999, for which she raked in a cool $346,000. These movies, plus the likes of Criminal and Keeping Up with the Joneses, helped Gadot hone in on her niche, action flicks. The next big break came later in 2016 when she nailed the supporting role as Wonder Woman in Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. All of this was leading up to one explosive year, 2017, when Gal Gadot would break the mold and truly enter, well, superhero territory. Seemingly overnight, she became a household name, and we all know why. Gal got a call from Wonder Woman co-writer Zack Snyder, who wanted her to audition for what he called a secret role. After Gadot returned home, Zack called her with these words, quote, "I don't know if you have this character in Israel, if she's big or not, but did you ever hear of Wonder Woman?" Gal had scored the iconic starring role in Wonder Woman. The DC film took the world by storm, earning over $103 million on opening weekend alone, and giving fans what they'd wanted for years, a strong female superhero and a symbol of feminism at the center of her own movie. If you ask Chris Pine about Wonder Woman, he'll say this, quote, "My understanding is that she is love incarnate, fierce, strong, compassionate, and uncompromising, just like Gal," end quote. It was the perfect role, and thanks to it, Gal's bank balance skyrocketed. Today, she's worth close to $30 million. A significant portion of that came from her role in Wonder Woman 1984. She was paid a whopping $10 million to star in the film, 33 times more than what she made on the first movie. But once we take into account her $31.5 million payment from the recent Netflix film Red Notice, that number will only climb. And in addition to her film checks, Gal also makes a fair few bucks from sponsorships, namely the new Gucci fragrance Bamboo. That's another $100,000 in the kitty right there. Alright, so now we've got a pretty decent idea of how this superstar actress went from zero to hero, and how she makes all that sizzling cash. So let's dive into how she spends it all. Gal obviously splits her time between Tinseltown and her home nation, so first off, let's take a look at her house in Tel Aviv. Given that she mothers 2 young kids, Alma and Maya, Gadot opts for a very private life when it comes to her home. What we do know, however, is that the Tel Aviv house has a large back patio surrounded by a stone wall and overhanging trees. It boasts a sizable walk-in closet and sits near the beach. Sizable seaside Tel Aviv apartments range from $1 to $3 million, so that'd be a ballpark of how much Gal paid for her humble abode. Despite owning a home in Tel Aviv, Gal decided to rent out a luxury villa in the exclusive central Israel village of Arsuf during periods of quarantine in 2020. This $5.8 million place, complete with swanky pool, apparently cost 3,000 shekels per night, approximately $920. Gal also has a house in the Hollywood Hills for when she is filming, but this is an equally private residence, and little is known about its location and value. Judging by that infinity pool and spa, plus the sweeping views over LA, it's easily a multi-million-dollar nest. Despite keeping a low residence profile, Gadot is more than happy to show off her car collection, and a mighty fine one at that. As a longtime fan of Jaguar sports cars, her undisputed pride and joy is this beast, the $61,000 Jaguar Type F. She also holds the keys to the Tesla Model S, an $80,000 ride perfect for breezing through the notorious LA traffic. And despite not owning one, she was also featured in a commercial for the Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Besides her affinity for Jaguars, after getting a taste for high-octane bikes while filming Fast and Furious 6, she decided to pull the trigger and buy her own two-wheeler, this $9,000 2006 Ducati Monster S2R. However, safety first, she's given up riding since becoming a mom. Little do most know, our dear Wonder Woman was actually a savvy business owner before taking Hollywood by storm. Prior to rocketing into the Tinseltown's spotlight, Gadot was knee-deep in the tourism industry. She invested in this place, the Varsano Hotel in Tel Aviv, which spans over 16,000 square feet and dates back to the 19th century. But once she'd stamped her name down in showbiz, once she was cast as Wonder Woman in 2015, she sold it to billionaire Roman Abramovich for $26 million. That's a decent-sized check, and one which she was delighted to spend, partly at least, on looking her best. After all, as a poster girl actor, image is everything. To help with getting into the perfect physique for the role, she hired celebrity personal trainer Magnus Lidback. Some private trainers, like Gunnar Peterson, the one Sofia Vergara and Angelina Jolie hire, can cost up to $15,000 for a 6-week course. For the finishing touches, like hair, makeup, and wardrobe, Gadot also hires personal stylist Elizabeth Stewart, who's worked alongside Julia Roberts and Cate Blanchett. Celebrity stylists can charge around $1,500 per day to make their stars shine. Occasionally, the popular actress will trade her signature cuff bracelets for luxurious diamonds, especially when on the red carpet. Perhaps her most decadent piece was this Tiffany Clara necklace, with an 11-carat oval diamond centerpiece and another 65 carats of mixed-cut diamonds surrounding it. This thing wasn't cheap. Amazingly, the shimmering accessory was valued at $2 million. Often you'll see these sparkling accessories complemented by $1,000 garments from renowned designers, like Armani, Givenchy, Prada, and Elie Saab. Although she's also been known to do the unthinkable in the fashion world, combine exclusive dresses with $50 fast fashion shoes. When our favorite superhero isn't strutting the red carpet or keeping the city safe, she's taking a well-earned vacation. The Israeli actress has been spotted holidaying in Mexico, Italy, France, New York, and of course, on the beach in Tel Aviv, just to name a few. Sometimes, to save herself the hassle of stuffing her lasso of truth into a carry-on, she'll skip economy class and fly in a private jet instead. And the bigger the jet, the bigger the price. Larger planes can cost up to $7,000 per hour. Bonus fact time! Despite its monumental success, Wonder Woman wasn't the highest-grossing film of 2017. That accolade went to Star Wars: The Last Jedi with over $1.3 billion. Thanks for watching. See you next time.